I'm on the sticks. Do you want to be on the sticks, Shawn?
No, I don't think we should. Well, it's okay. I'll try.
You want to try it?
Yeah, I'll try one.
Alright, we're gonna get lost now.
We were lost the last level.
We were lost the last. Alright. Hopefully this isn't a DK situation. Does the game break? Did the game freeze?
I don't know.
We're dead. We have to do a soft reset. Uh-oh.
Is it just loading?
I don't know. It's a PS2 game. It could just be loading. But I also feel like it probably should give us some indication of what it's doing right now. Alright.
What do we do?
Pause the recording. We'll come back. Hello. Welcome to Total BS. I'm Ben.
I'm Shawn.
We are... I don't know what happened. Well, I know what happened. We tried to play Tenchu last week. We got like 3 levels in. Or Goda.
Not Goda.
King
Isn't that a cheese?
Goda.
Isn't Goda a cheese?
Gouda,
Oh.
I believe, is that. Goda is like Yoda's cousin.
He just made him a lord of some land.
Yeah, Lord Goda.
Just to get him out.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you gotta... Saying words wrong, you are. You know, you gotta get out. You like talk normally. Yoda's like, I can't. This, deal with this, I can't.
But yeah, this is
did it? Okay, I'm trying to figure out when it actually when we dropped and how it's gonna work. Like, are you gonna splice together? Because I feel like it was in like the middle of a recording where we lost it.
Well, whoever's watching this will know, but sure. I don't know how it's gonna go. I'll figure it out.
All right.
Hopefully.
The game's scratched on the actual PS2, so we're playing a ROM of this now because we're scared to play PS2 games now.
Yeah, my PS2, something is wrong with it where it's scratching the disc.
Yeah, it's the ribbon cable is doing something weird. So, we might use my PS2 at some point, but honestly, I mean, I feel like maybe this might be the way to go in the future if this isn't...
Yeah, I mean, it works fine.
Yeah.
I mean, most games on this emulator works fine.
Sure.
So that might be what we do, but...
Yeah, we'll see. There's definitely going to be some games that I don't have that we would have to play like this anyway, so...
yeah, especially with how expensive some games are.
Yes, sir. I believe when we were in the middle of talking about, I just got a PS5 last week. I think I was talking about the games that I had, and I forget at what point I was in, but I had the same games as I had last week, so it was just
no news on that.
No news. I have so I have all my PS4 games, obviously, but then I bought the PS5 I bought from a friend came with Guardians of the Galaxy, the game of that. I don't know if you ever played that or know about that. It's like not based on the movies. Like it's not any of the like actors of the movies. It's kind of its own thing, I think. I haven't played it too much, but it seems like all right. Like I kept it. I was interested enough to try it out. Not really even sure exactly. It's like a third person over the shoulder. I think it has some elements of like team based strategy kind of stuff. But also is like kind of just like a shooter action game. It seems like.
Yeah, I didn't know they made a game for rich.
Someone's giving me money. I don't know what that was.
I'm getting donations.
Getting donations left and right. But so then I went and bought a game called Godfall, and I'm gonna tell you the specific reason I bought it. So okay, I have a lot of times I will buy a game that gets a lot of like widespread acclaim, and then I don't like it. That's happened mostly with his newer, like the PS4 and later games. I feel like that's happened a lot with. Some specific examples of this are the Horizon series, like Zero Dawn or whatever. I haven't played the newest one. I played Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
Yeah, me too. And here's the thing: I don't think it's a bad game. It just it. And here's the thing. This is the other thing. It's like it's very possible that I just didn't give it enough time, and I was playing it, and it just like there's a part where it opens up and it feels really good, and like maybe I just didn't get to that part. But like the parts that I played, just it's all the things I don't like about new games, where it's like I feel like the tutorial mode lasts forever. I just feel like I'm never like just allowed to play the game. I feel like I'm always like
being led
somewhere. The UI is just very much like, here's the place where you want to go, and that's like, I don't know. I was expecting like almost like a more refined version of like Breath of the Wild. I think is what I was imagining, with elements of like Shadow of the Colossus, because you're supposed to fight these really giant things. And like I said, maybe I just never got to the point where that happens, but like it didn't feel like that to me. Like Breath of the Wild does it really well, and like I play that game and I have fun. And I think that's the thing that I value the most in games, is just like having fun. And I don't know, I never really felt that with the Horizon games. And like I said, I'm not trying to say it's a bad game, I'm not trying to say that it's not like well done or whatever. It's just, I think the thing that I've learned is I think I value different things than what like reviewers value.
Yeah.
Like when I go and look up a game, if I've never heard of it and I look up reviews of it, you know, obviously that's not the best way to judge a game. Like I know that too. Like, but I like to get a general consensus. Like, is this game generally liked, disliked, what? And the thing that I found is, like I said, I think that a lot of people who write for like at least the mainstream like stuff, the stuff that you find on like Mediocrity, like this, when you look for stuff, the stuff that you find.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of them value very different things than I do. So I've kind of had this thing where I get a lot of games that are rated like a 60 or a 70 because it's like not broken. Like it's not like a like hey, this game just doesn't work and it's like not worth playing because it doesn't work. Or like it's just like god awful and no redemption. It's like games that are like, well, this is a pretty good game, but like it's boring, or like it has these like, I don't know, like it does this, and it's like, well, okay, maybe I don't care about that. Maybe
Can see.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
Did you kill the person?
Here.
I think you kicked someone's head off.
Did I?
I don't know. That's what it looked like at one point. It looked like you did a like an up thrust kick and it just knocked someone's head right off. The other game that is like that was the new God of War games. So I felt the same way. Dad of War, as I called it.
That's enough, Bart. We ain't tying a noose. We're home, boy.
But this isn't Springfield.
Find your way home, Mike.
Once again, it's like maybe I'm just not giving him long enough. But like, here's the other thing: it's like I don't have time to give a game long. Like you got to grip me for the first hour. Like I am a dad who has no time. That's the truth. Like that's one of the reasons why we're doing this, is like because I think we both want to have time set aside where we can just like play a game in depth, really. And I just don't have time to, like, if a game's gonna take 4 hours to get going, then like I'm not gonna get to that point. Like I'm gonna get bored by one, and I'm just gonna be like, all right, let's move on to something else. And so, like I said, like I'm not saying these games are bad games. It's obviously not the case. They're very well put together. They're super polished. They play fine. Like the controls work well. Like all that stuff. Right? I'm sure they're very deep. Like, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's like, does the game make me want to play it? And a lot of times the answer for me is no. So I got Godfall because I looked it up and it was just like, well, this is not a bad game, but like, I don't know, you might not like it. So I was like, well, I'm gonna give it a shot. And I've played a little bit. It's so far seems fine. It's the vibe that I've gotten so far from it is like very, very light Dark Souls. Like it presents itself very Dark Souls like. Not as deep combat, obviously, or like not as punishing. Like it's a little bit more actiony.
Yeah.
Moves a little faster, not as like methodical. But like I feel like that's the vibe they're kind of going for. But yeah, it's fun. And then I got another game called, this one was, I had seen some people playing it on a stream. It's called Returnal.
I've heard of it. I have not seen anything about it.
It's
I kind of want to get it. So
very
I wanna look into it.
interesting because it is a like third person over the shoulder camera angle.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I haven't played too much of it. I've seen some of it, but I didn't watch a whole like playthrough, so I don't know a lot about it. But like I've seen kind of what the vibe is, and it's like a roguelike.
Okay.
Which is weird in that, like, it's very, like, polished 3D game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when I think of roguelikes, I picture, like, 2D, kind of old school style, whatever. So it's, like, a very, like, action-y looking game. And then it also has elements of... Is that another ninja?
Wait, I don't think she'll attack me, will she?
I don't know, man. She doesn't look like a... Well... She got that.
She got.
She got. She looked like a ninja.
She did. She looked like she was.
She
gonna
didn't look
kill
like a geisha girl that we've seen before. That like she looked like she's gonna fuck you up.
me. Yeah.
The other so it's Returnal is a roguelike, where you kind of you land on this planet, you're on a ship, and you crash land on this planet, and then you find your own dead body, and then you kind of loop it and play through it. But it's also like a bullet hell shooter kind of game,
Really?
which is weird because once again, it's like not the style that you would think of that. So the enemies you fight, they all like shoot like blue orbs that you have to like dodge, and there's a lot of like really twitch dodge mechanics that you have. Like you can do like some like dashes, and you unlock different stuff as you progress, I'm sure. And like it has like a reload system, I think similar to like God of War, where it's like timing based, and like if you time it right, you get boosts. And it uses the like PS5 controller functionality pretty interestingly. It has a lot of like haptic feedback and like feedback that kind of like, for lack of a better word, like pans across your controller, like starts on the left side, rolls over to the right, which is like one of the reasons I got it was because I've never played a PS5, so like that aspect of it is really interesting to me. It also does a lot with the triggers, how the triggers kind of have multiple functions, and you can have, I think if you like the left trigger, you can pull it halfway to do the aiming, and then if you have a gun that has a secondary fire, you can pull it harder to actually do the secondary fire. It's just the interesting mechanics, and it just looks fun. So I haven't played a whole bunch of any of them, just because once again I just don't have time to play. But I think Returnal is the one that I'm the most like wanting to get into right now.
Yeah, I've heard about it and seen a little bit and got really excited about it, so I didn't look too much into it.
Yeah, that's kind of where I got to. I was watching a playthrough, and then I kind of got to the point where I was like, I might want to play this. Maybe I should stop watching this.
Yeah.
So I kind of got enough to kind of see what it was about, and then I was just like, all right, I'll go out and get this. Yeah, so that's kind of my PS5. Also, there's been a big Pokemon kick, so I never got the Diamond and Pearl remake when they came out.
Ninja Vision.
Ooh, that's different every time when you do this? That's interesting.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Well, I feel like you got this unlock on a different level, and it was like some kind of like block thing. Like it was like,
Yes,
like a special block.
So I had to play up to where we were
Right.
because of our situation.
Yes.
So I unlocked the first level, and it is different. It gave me like some cool like combo that like flips them behind you. or
Yeah, so I feel
something.
like it's like
So every level I think
every
has
level
a different like
That's interesting.
move you can get.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I got is it Brilliant Diamond or Shining Diamond, whatever it is.
Yeah, Brilliant Diamond.
Brilliant Diamond. I got that just like on eBay because it was cheaper than buying a new copy or
Yes.
buying it on the eShop. So I got that. That came in yesterday, and I played it for about 5 minutes and fell asleep immediately. Because that's how I am with Pokemon games now. Pokemon more than any game does that to me. If I'm even remotely tired and I try to play a Pokemon game, I will be asleep in minutes.
Yeah.
Like I almost like if I'm not a big nap person, but sometimes I really like feel like I need a nap. And if I try to take a nap by just like going to my room and laying down, I never will fall asleep. So a lot of times, if I want to go to sleep, I'll like go down and pop on. The more nostalgic, the better. So like, if I throw on some like old Game Boy Pokemon games,
Yeah.
I'll be asleep like by the opening credits, like opening title screen, man.
Why does nostalgia do that? 'Cause that happens to
So
me.
with Pokemon specifically, man, like it's a lot of things. So it's nostalgia, it's comfort. It's like that is such a. I'm so happy playing those games. Like
Yeah.
I am legit just like it takes me more. Like I said, I feel like more than almost any other game, it just takes me to a place. Of being like a 10-year-old kid, like playing Pokemon and like playing through with some like Prima guide that I have and trying to find all the like probabilities of what Pokemon are going to be and what like just all comes back. And so it's like it's a very happy place for me. So it's just like it's the comfort of it, the factor. It's the nostalgia. It's like the fact that, especially on the older games, like chiptunes, they're lullabies, man. Like the songs on those old games are lullabies. And it's like, you know, maybe a 30-second clip looped, and it's great, and I love it. And then it's a lot of reading.
Yes.
Any kind of game where there's a lot of reading, your eyes are just moving, and when they do that, they want to go to sleep. So, and yeah, it's just like I said, man, it's just like it's kind of all that rolled into one game. And like I said, for me is probably the game that does that the most to me. There's a lot of if I play a lot of JRPGs, I'll fall asleep pretty fast, because of the music and reading factor mostly. But Pokemon it does it a lot more effectively. To be fair, yesterday I set myself up for failure. That morning I had worked at 4 a.m. And then I had to work the next morning at 4, but I had a couple hours before I really needed to go to bed. Like after my daughter went to sleep and like just had some time to kind of chill. So I got it on Switch, and it was in my bedroom, and I have like a nightstand right next to my bed. So I propped it up on my nightstand. I used the controller in like free, like, I don't know, nunchuck style, like it was just like the two, I was holding them in each hand separate, you know?
Yeah.
And so I literally was just like laying down with my like my hands on the controllers, like under my covers, like just like yeah,
you're
just
in
like
full, like, sleep
in
mode.
full sleep mode, because that's a game where you can play a game with there's like no twitch in it, so you can just play it and move around, and which is one of the things I like about it, because I can do that. But like, yeah, I started playing it, and I got to the part where you get your starter Pokemon, and I did the first battle, and then I got to you like leave a screen, and I got to that screen, and that's the last thing I remember playing on that game last night. So last night I set myself up for it.
Yeah.
There was no way I wasn't gonna be just falling asleep. But maybe tomorrow. I might bust it out during football or Sunday. So I feel like I've been very like informative but not very entertaining right now. So I apologize if it feels a little drier than I usually am.
You're just discussing stuff.
Sure.
Wait, where am I at? There's dead bodies.
There are dead bodies.
I've been here.
Yes. I haven't been paying attention at all to you.
Well, next time you'll pay.
Everybody's got a price. Everybody's gonna pay.